it says too. But okay, so we're recording. All right. Um okay, so tonight's call is about diamond. What it is, how to achieve it, how to hold rank, what it means for your business. So I've had a lot of questions about this come up, and I've been through a few push to diamond groups. That's how I went from Emerald coach to 5-star group diamond. And ever since then, I've been involved in every single push that People Nation has held. Just, a coach mentoring my coach through it. So I've got all this content, right? Before I move forward, can everybody mute themselves just because I can't handle feedback? Okay, so what is diamond? A lot of us, get into this business and we're just starting as discounts or hobbies, and maybe we want to build the business, but we don't really know the big picture or where we need to go with the business. So we kind of skim over what our ranks are, and we know there's emerald and ruby. So diamond it's just really a stepping stone, but what it is 8 coaches. You need 4 on each leg, and of those 4, 1 on each leg has to be an emerald, which means they have 2 coaches underneath them. What diamond does is it immediately allows you to max out your cycle bonuses at $18 a cycle, which is huge if you're cycling 37 times or more compared to the 12 you're making as an emerald. So that $6 adds up. I know it doesn't sound like a lot in the in the scheme of things, or in the trenches, when you're like, so much work to get to diamond, is it worth it? In the long run, yes, it's huge, but I think you also have to realize that diamond is a stepping stone, and I go over that later in this call. So how you earn it is in that order, and then maximizing your cycles. And if you don't know what cycle bonuses are, Google it, YouTube it. It's in the back. I know you all can't stand Michael Neiman, but he does a really good job of explaining what a cycle is. And when you can balance cycles, 200 coming off of one leg and 100 off of another, that's a cycle and makes you $18. So no longer are you just worried about your commission check. Every week you're going to have a residual sustainable income that pays you on those cycles. And the more your team grows in volume, the more money you make on that $18. And I believe that caps as a diamond at $2,500 a week. Melissa, you're amazing. And he will help you understand it. So my tips for diamond are, hi Brad, we can just say hello to Windsor, I guess. Sorry guys. So my tips for diamonds are, recruiting is seriously a must. And it was so funny because this morning I text Melissa and I go, what would be like your 5 non-negotiables? And honestly, we were dead on. They were in a little couple different orders, but both of us are number 1, which means it's the first that comes to mind, is recruiting. If you guys are not recruiting 3 to 5 new people a month, you're not working your business. And I hate to be so blunt when I say that, but you should be wanting 3 to 5 challengers and 3 to 5 coaches. So we're talking like 10 people a month. And with that being said, that's a goal, that's a benchmark. It doesn't always happen, but it also comes into play with the 4 vital behaviors and your success club and how that's going to roll into play. So a way to do that is use your customers that are on HD and have been for more than 1 month. Use them as customer conversions to coach if it's something they want. I mean, we don't want all discount coaches. In order to build our business and have sustainable income, we need business builders. But it's always a good conversation to have with those HD customers, that it's a possibility that they might take off. I was one of those coaches that said, ask me to sell anything and I'm out. And Melissa will back that 100%. And I'm her first star diamond coach, 5-star diamond coach. Like, if she, well, we didn't know what we were doing in the beginning, really, but if she had not offered the discount opportunity to me, I'd still be over here, customer on HD Shakeology, not knowing what's going on. So offer it always. And make sure your invites when you're doing this, whether they're to customers, challengers, coaches alike, make sure they're genuine and with intention. And with that, you have to have intent. So if you're like, this person would be amazing in the business, intentionally set your site or whatever and your invite to their needs, whether they're a busy mom who needs to free up some time with their kids, or they hate that job that they're going to be at for the rest of their life because it's dead end, whatever it is. Tailor that invite to them with intention, because we all know we come from all walks of life, and all sorts of different things have brought us to this business. So with that was consistency. If you guys are not posting 3 to 5 times a day, you're not working your business. And I know that's crazy, because I'm those people that really gets into posts, and I don't necessarily run a lot of my business through social media. But if you are trying to grind and bust out your business to grow and make money out of this, you need to be posting those minimum 3 times, morning, noon, and night. Okay. Along with that was building emeralds. It's so key to have a foundation to the business of supporting your team. And that means get 2 emeralds, 1 on each leg, as soon as possible, to make everything happen and get the ball rolling as far as your momentum and your cycles. You're not making those cycle bonuses we talked about at the $18 unless you're emerald. So getting your coaches to emerald is building your volume, and everybody's cycling more. And if no one has talked to you, if you're fairly new in this business and no one has talked to you in your new coach training, or you didn't participate in one, etc., because I know Melissa and I both preach this, signing your spouse is a must. And on whatever leg you choose, then you need to find someone to put on the other side, whether it be a mom, a friend, an aunt, a cousin, a brother, something that can somewhat controllable as a controlled account to help maintain that emerald rank. And at NorCal Elevated, Lon had an amazing tip that you want emeralds 3 levels deep, 3 levels strong, and that's going to guarantee your residual income. So having the support for your to keep everybody building, keep everybody at a minimum of an emerald rank, you are going to start to see the momentum, and everyone's going to benefit from your work and your training and your support of keeping everybody at that emerald rank. So I know I'm probably going crazy fast, but I have so much info about this topic to get into this call that I'm just going to keep zooming along. So if you have a question, write it down, and I gave us like maybe 3 minutes for Q&A at the end. So both this morning during text we're saying like about diamond, and once you get to diamond, it's not just like this, yay, I'm at the top of the iceberg, like I made it. It is a huge accomplishment, yes, but it is still just a stepping stone in this business. You have maxed out your potential in your cycles, yes, in your bonus potential, but that doesn't mean you've maxed out your money. Big things start to happen at 2-star. You start to get bonuses. You at that point have hopefully advanced far enough on the leadership ladder, because your team is growing, that it's more of a sustainable income. It's more of that guaranteed income, a number you can rely on. And just because you've hit this amazing rank advancement, I'm not trying to take anything away from it. It doesn't necessarily mean money is going to pour in. That's not how it works. So if you're not growing, and this is total Tony Robbins, not me. If you're not growing, you're dying. Whoa, somebody's got to mute it. Okay, so you have to continue to grow your business. And I love Tony Robbins when he says that if you're not growing, that's in every aspect of your life, but mostly on your business. You need to keep moving forward. You need to constantly keep the recruiting happening. And this doesn't just happen or fall out of the sky. A lot of times I get it a lot where people are like, well, it just happened for you, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, no way. It didn't fall into my lap. Like, I took massive action in a short amount of time, and I was up at 5, went to bed at midnight, and I was grinding for my business to hit elite, not last year, but the year before. And if that's something you want, I'm sorry guys, the sacrifice has to be made. If you want to make this business work, you've got to grind. It takes massive action. And what I mean for that is go for no. Like tell all my personal coaches, go for 100 no's. Make a list of 100 people and push, push, push to get 100 no's. Because 9 times out of 10, if you go for 100, you're gonna get 20 that say yes or more. That's a really low ball figure. And if you don't ask, the answer is no anyway. So why did you ask? So get out there and make sure that you're offering every customer the coaching opportunity, and people that are really good on social media possibly or really into fitness. You have to target your market with intention and use that action to go after the people that you think might help build your business. And that leads me into the next thing is I've been very fortunate with my downline in that I've recruited in such a way that I like everybody in my downline. So, birds of a feather flock together, that kind of thing. But recruit the people you want to work with. Recruit the people you want to go on vacation with, because there's a lot of travel. There's a lot of meetings, organizations, events that you're with these people. And wouldn't you want that to be fun and, invigorating for you? Well, it's going to be that much better when you're doing it with friends and like-minded people, right? So that's what I mean with intention. This business is not for everybody. And that leads me to my next thing is like pick 5 daily non-negotiables. And these were the things where Melissa and there might have been a thing or two that differed. So some of these are hers, some of these are mine, but for the most part, one stems off another. And let's see. So our fiber, you must be in that. I've already gone over, and I want you guys to know it's another Tony Robbins things, but clarity of what you want is power. So if you're just out there like, yeah, I'm recruiting, I don't know, I think I just, I'm going to be a hobbyist or just want my product paid for, that's fine. But know what you want with intention. I want diamond. I want 5-star. I want elite. I want premier. If you know that, you're going to have much better intention of inviting. Maybe it's a monetary value. I need to make $500 a week or $1,000 a week, whatever it is. Once you know what that is and how many coaches it takes there or how many customer orders it takes to make that in commission, you're going to have a much better line of sight and roadmap for, and Melissa just made a good point too, and know why you want that too. Maybe it's the 500 extra bucks a week to make sure you have, play dates with your kids that are fun or outdoorsy or whatever, your car payment or to help with groceries, whatever it is. Make sure that you're intentionally setting that roadmap, and that will help with your support and accountability for yourself. But that leads to the next thing is make sure you're staying in contact with your coaches. A lot of us have had people quit along the way, and we've inherited coaches, or coaches have rolled up to us, or we signed them and then fell off the bandwagon, or whatever the deal is. Make sure that you are at least contacting your coaches weekly, that they are in your downline, that they're supported, that they're your bread and butter. They're what makes this business. Make sure that you are staying in contact with them and supporting them, offering them training and accountability as well, which comes into one of the 4 vital behaviors. And our third point is make sure you're recognizing them for what they're doing. They're working just as hard as you are at a different level, but help them get those results. Set them down with, your new coaches and be like, hey, I want to help you get wherever you want to get in this business. And if that's your first step is Emerald, let's sit down and brainstorm how we're going to get you to Emerald. Or if that's Ruby or Diamond or just a monetary, whatever, make sure you're working closely with them, especially in the beginning of your core coaches, that you're working with them to get what they want and get them results, because then this foundation is solid and they're more apt to stick with you through thick and thin and make it happen, for themselves when it's time. And make sure that if you're not hosting a coach training, you're getting them plugged into one that's going on, or offering them the coach basics training out of the back office. My God, guys, it's so easy. It's there. You're getting your first 30 email signing. Make sure check in with them. Hey, did you get the email from corporate? Are you doing what they asked? Etc. Etc. Keep just keep them supported and keep in touch with them so you know what they're doing. Because their goals and mindsets are going to change along the way as well. And you comes to that. Which totally leads to the next thing. It's kind of crazy how they just keep falling into place, right? There's going to be ups and downs of the business. So that's something we all just have to realize it's the nature of the business. There's going to be people who quit. It's not for everybody. It is work. It doesn't happen overnight. So what I can tell you is be resilient and listen to business and do the best you can in the top in the first three. And just know that people are going to say no, but that's why our number one thing of recruiting and keeping people coming and helping people through it is why it's so important. You've got to keep recruiting. You've got to keep fresh blood. You've got to keep the pipeline rolling. Otherwise, it will fizz out. It will die out. And that's the least thing we want, right? So just know that if you're doing your best, there's going to be bad days in the business. There's going to be those crazy roller coaster rides. But if you can weather the storm, which we're kind of in one right now with other MLMs and that kind of stuff going on, you come out stronger. And you know what? Okay, somebody needs to mute their line, please. So on to the next thing. Sorry if it's getting dark in here. I gotta turn this light on. So number 5, your rank does not mean that you're a leader. Like, you're still gonna have to step up. Just because you hit diamond doesn't mean like maybe you're ready to just go into battle, right? So you have to step up. At some point, now you've got 8 to 12 coaches underneath you. You're gonna have to step up and be a leader. You're gonna have to be consistent in your business and show up and post and maybe hop on to co-host a training. But at the end of the day, you really have to make sure that you're the CEO. You're kind of driving the ship at this point. And if you just decide, I'm going to take a week off or a month off, your people are lost, and that's not where you want them. So make sure that you have some sort of a system, whether it's something you've watched Melissa or I do, or another, top coach or whatever, that you have some sort of system that you can duplicate and pass down to your coaches through support for your team. You want that in play so that you can become a leader. And I know that's hard. Some of us are born leaders and some of us have to work, at that. But it is so important that you lead the people you bring into this. We don't just bring them in to sign them up and move them on. It's really important that you figure out maybe what works for you, what doesn't. Be raw in your strengths and weaknesses and help your people build as well, because that's a major part of being a diamond. Is now you have all these people underneath you that are going to need guidance. So that's what we do as coaches. We coach other people, right? So in order to do that, you have to continue to gain trust. You can't just not show up. And by being accountable and growing yourself shows others that they're going to want to follow suit. And we breed that, I almost called it a mannerism. So you really want to push to duplicate your process. Okay, so with that, at the end of this call, in the comments, I want to attach a diamond plan. So I am working on my second business center right now. Did I pull the diamond plan out? Oh, sorry guys, hold on. Okay, so this tells you can do your business anywhere. I'm in the car. So the roadmap to diamond, I'm going to post this underneath this. I'm not driving, I'm passenger. Brad's driving. The roadmap to diamond. So once you go 2-star, you get to duplicate your whole self and put yourself in duplication, which how awesome, right? How hard I work, all that. There gets to be another one of me. You're cloning yourself. So I just wanted to show you guys this because I want you guys to all fill it out and put a date on it when you're going to hit diamond. and then post it in either the team page or under this call. But I want to see it, and I want you to put a date on it because I want to be able to hold you accountable to it as part of my downline. So you get to put your name up there in the top, and then your potential emeralds. There's one here at the top. They're outlined in green, and they're 2 coaches. And I put question marks next to anybody that's inactive right now, which means I possibly may need to fill that position. But I'm going to reach out to the person who went inactive, see what's going on. Maybe they need to just change their shake flavor or whatever's going on. But make sure that as your structure and downline and network changes, that you make the adjustments to that and constantly keep your plan of action in the forefront of your mind. Tape it to the refrigerator. It was always in the beginning of my notebook. I didn't have a cool little pretty plan like this. It was just right and left legs, and it was written down. And as it changed, I constantly focused on that. And as new potentials came in, names were swapped and added and changed. So once you set that goal, I want you guys to seriously work tenaciously hard at it, and just that means unrelenting. That means never giving up even after you fall. I want you guys to seriously focus on that goal of diamond and what you need to do that to get there, and have the vision of it happening and go for it. No excuses. Don't let anything hold you back. And I really want that picture posted, so when your goal is August 18th, I'm going to send that picture to you and say, where are we at? What's going on? Did you hit? What do we need to do? And if you're just starting out and you're like, I have no idea, I'm so overwhelmed, I'm going to do an Emerald in the Day training. It's going to be live. I'm going to have you all over, whoever wants to come to my house, and we're going to go over how to post, when to post, what to post, and where you're going to work our businesses to where you guys will all leave as emeralds or have the roadmap to do so. I mean, you guys have to do the work. I can't do it for you. But I'm going to give you everything in 1 day training to make it happen. And that's something I've never done before. I've never done a live training. It's always on Zoom. But I decided, because we started out in such a weird way, so fast, and everything was growing, I know in the beginning of my business, trainings I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just signing people up. That I'm going to go back and do it right for anybody. If you've been Emerald or you are Emerald, anybody that wants to. But the plan is to become an Emerald in that day. So that's going to be August 6th, and I want you at my house at 8 a.m. So I will create a group and get you going on that so that we have everything. But be ready to work your butt off. It is going to get everything in line to get you growing, get the momentum happening so that there's a no excuse attitude. Okay, so once the diamond plans go up, I need those. I will post it. I have it all saved pretty in my notes right here. So as soon as we click off that call, I want you to print it out. Or if you don't have that, just write out the same idea of the boxes. You can draw it out and make it happen so I can see it and I can help you get there. So before this cuts out, we don't have a lot of time. If there's any questions, feel free to add them to chat or unmute yourself and ask away, because I'm happy to answer them while we have time.
Hey guys,
I'm
going to jump in here really quick. Hold on. Why am I making weird noises? Okay. Am I echoing still?
No, you're good.
Okay, cool. So the other thing that I want to really add on here, and maybe you guys maybe you weren't at Summit, or you didn't hear, or you really don't understand what I posted, you now have an opportunity to earn a bonus as a diamond coach. So in the past, it has never been that there's been a bonus for diamonds. It's only been 2-star, 5-star, 10-star, and 15-star. And so this is an opportunity. If you hit Success Club in the month of July, the month of August, and the month of September, and you've already been diamond, or you're currently diamond, or you're going to work to be regaining diamond, or you hit diamond, you will get that $250 bonus. Maybe you're not there. Maybe you're saying, you know what, I can't get to diamond that quickly. You can, but if you're not there yet mentally, you can shoot for next quarter. So you right now have the opportunity to make an additional $500 before Christmas time. How many of you guys, by a show of hands, I can see everybody that has their camera on, how many of you guys could benefit from an extra $250 or an extra $500 by Christmas time? Nobody can? Because only Catrina and I are raising our hands. Maybe okay, Rachel can, Lisa, okay. So we're gonna push you guys, and we're not gonna drag you along. If you don't want this, that's perfectly okay, but you have to be clear and say, hey, this isn't what I want. But I can tell you, having that incentive, that's 100% you. That's something that you're working towards. That's 100% not Catrina saying, hey, you got to do this. This is you showing up for yourself and for your family. And I was on a call today with Doug Moss, and he said that $250 bonus might not be there next year, right? They're trying this out. So how awesome would it be for you to say, I earned an extra $250, or I earned the entire $500 by the end of the year? I know for myself, and I can speak for Catrina, we are both pushing to lead our teams to elite. Again, that would mean 2 time for her and 3 time for me, and that doesn't happen without you guys, right? So before, it used to feel like, okay, what can we do as a big incentive to get our team? We want people to want to be a 5-star, 10-star, 15-star elite, multiple diamond team. But in the past, it's always been like, crap, okay, what awesome gift can we give our diamonds, because we want them to feel like this is not just our goal, because it's not, it's a team effort. Now this is an opportunity for you to get that bonus, right? In addition to something cute, because we always do some sort of incentive as a thank you and a team appreciation. But I want you to just really think about that. And when I posted in the chat is, figure out why you want this. What needs to change in your life? Because when I got started, just like Catrina said, we had no idea what we were doing, but I wanted to help my coach. I didn't care what I had to do. I wanted to be a part of her elite team. I wanted to be a part of what got her there, because I was proud of her. I was excited for her. I was honored. I wanted to follow in her footsteps. And that's exactly what I did. So that's really what pushed me to get there. I didn't really understand what it was. And I appreciated the extra $150 a week that I was making. But you have to figure out what that is, and then share that with your spouse, especially if you're new to the business or you're just starting to dive in. Because if you're constantly on your phone, or you're, driving down the road at 8:30 at night, or sitting in your office in your bathrobe on a conference call, and they're like, what the hell, I thought you didn't feel well, or I thought we were going out to dinner, or whatever it is, and they don't understand what the vision is and where you're going, guess who's going to be pissed off? Your spouse. We've both dealt with that. But our husbands now support us in the business because they understand the directions that we're taking ours. And they've also come with us on trips. Hey, Brad. You're muted. But so you just really have to get clear on what you want. And like Catrina said, she hit so many amazing points, and I appreciate you leading this. She texted me the other day and she was like, okay, we're starting a team called Tuesdays. Does that work for you? 8:30, good? Okay, perfect. I'm taking the first topic and we're doing diamond, because I think so many people don't understand why it's important. And I agree. So you really have an entire team that's supporting you. And guess what, guys? You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know everything. We don't know everything. There's this little thing called Google, or the back office, or YouTube, that if we don't know what we're doing or what we're talking about, we're not going to bullshit you. We're going to go figure out the answer. And if you're me, where I've been doing this for, we've been doing this for 3.5 years now, and you have people who have been on this journey with you just as long, and they're asking you the same questions, I'm going to tell you to check the facts. Because we want to build self-taught leaders. We don't want to drag anyone along anymore. It's not fun doing this alone. We want passionate people. I told Vicki tonight how proud I was of her, because she literally has so much enthusiasm talking about the shift shop. She had surgery a few months ago. She's only 4 months postpartum. She's a single mom. She has a little boy at home that depends on her for everything. She works a full-time job. She has a business, and she freaking shows up, and she's got a smile on her face, and she's leading with her heart, and she doesn't know if she'll hit Success Club every single month, but you know what? She doesn't stop. And that's what excites me. We have Morgan on the call, who literally has been a coach for like a little over a couple months, just went to Summit. Same thing with Jess. They made it a priority to get there because they know that it's important. Rachel isn't even she's a part of my downline through Mindy, but she's on this. She's not signed up under Catrina or me or Leslie or Heather or anyone. She's on this call because she gives a crap about her business, right? And I could go on and say so much about you. Nicole's a brand new coach back on our team. She was with another team and has been following me for so long. She works full time. She has children, her husband has meetings, like she's on this call, right? So you just have to draw a line in the sand, and you have to make a decision on what you want, because our train is moving and we want you to go with us, but we're not going to drag anyone with it that doesn't want it. We just can't do that anymore. We have so much amazing things coming, like amazing things coming, that I hope you guys are prepared for this. I hope that you are ready to be a 15-star team. I hope that you are ready to lead your teams and become diamond, 2-star, 5-star, etc. Because you are worthy and capable of that. And I know that because Catrina and I live in freaking Podunk Lake County. We're hot mess moms, and there's nothing special that we've done that you guys can't do. You just have to start showing up for yourself and have a no BS attitude and do it, right? Build connections. Start having conversations. People don't give a shit about you kissing your Shakeology cup. Anybody could do that. Talk to people about what matters. When you start connecting the dots for people, that's when life will change for you, because that's when life started to change for me. So
make it genuine. That's what I mean. Make it genuine and have intention. Those are the intentional invites. You have to be genuine in what your conversations are, whether it's about you both have the same breed of dog. I don't care what you talk about. Whatever you can find a connection with, you like them, and then go from there. I mean, then you don't just say, "Want to join my challenge group?" You can't throw up Beachbody lingo at them. But you can start the connection of, hey, I'm into that too. I love paddleboarding. You know, where's the best place to go paddleboarding? Would you ever like to do it together? Whatever. Melissa and I both talk so freely. It's raw. Sometimes it's real, you know, it's always real, but sometimes it's probably too much. But that's why our connections are built. And so you have to get over yourself. If you haven't read that book, Get Over Your Damn Self, you need to. Because once you let that judgment of yourself go, you'll be able to connect with other people on their level and in a genuine and intentional way.
If you haven't watched Shalene's presentation from Summit, I'm going to say it again. Go back and watch that. And if you have watched it, watch it again, because I see my news feed constantly with all of those things. We're under a minute, and I don't want it to cut us off. Pete, is there anything else?
No, just if anybody had any questions, feel free to message me if it's anything pertaining to the call or the Emerald training. But while we have a little bit of time, if anyone wants to shoot one out there, maybe we can go for it. No question.
You guys can post questions in the event too. That way other